This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. Israelis and Palestinians are marking 2 years since the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack on Israel. Almost 1,200 people were killed. About 250 were taken hostage. 48 hostages remain in Gaza, with 20 believed to be alive. In Israel, a moment of silence was held today to remember the victims of October 7th. For Palestinians, today marks the start of a third year of a genocide that's left much of Gaza uninhabitable. The official death toll in Gaza surpassed 67,000, but that number is believed to be a vast underestimate. More than 460 Palestinians have starved to death as famine spreads across Gaza. About a quarter of them are believed to be children. An estimated 2,700 Palestinian families have been completely erased from the civil registry over the past 2 years. On Monday, ceasefire talks began in Egypt over President Trump's 20-point plan that includes a call for the swap of all remaining hostages in Gaza for Palestinian prisoners held in Israel, as well as an eventual Israeli military withdrawal from Gaza. But major questions remain over what both Israel and Hamas will agree to. We begin today's show, this segment in Gaza. We're joined by Ed Amawi, representative of the Gaza Relief Committee, coordinator for local NGOs based in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. We tried to reach you yesterday, but had technical problems. And describe what's happening on the ground.
Thank you, Amy. I hope also the ceasefire will be implemented soon. But the real situation here over the ground, nothing tangible changed. But they halt some huge bombardment, attacks, and explosive robotics. But yesterday night, they returned attack a shelter camp in the western part of the Gaza city with a huge bombardment, and caused more than, within the last 48 hours, more than 50 martyrs and more than 50 injuries. So the situation is something like stabilizing the current situation without a huge bombardment for all hours, but still attacking between time to time. And also they siege Gaza town and they prevent the coastal road and they prevent the return of the civilians again to the Gaza city. And they announce officially they prevent Al-Rashid Street used by our displacement people to return to the Gaza city. So the situation is just constant and stabilized with the current situation with no tangible changes over the ground here. And also there is no withdrawals from the encouraged area around the Gaza city especially, and the east part of Rafah and Khan Yunis. So the situation is just stabilized like that.
And Iyad Amawi, could you talk about the dire need for not only for food, tents, and medicines, but actually, as you're mentioning, for water? If the plan is adopted, who will control access to the border crossings, and who will ensure that the humanitarian aid gets in?
Yeah, this is a big question, dear. You know, there is nothing now clear for us as NGOs or local NGOs to coordinate the distribution of food, but the needs is really worsening more and more. There is nothing entering Gaza, especially within these days when they announce hard attacks. So our needs, especially we need more than 600 trucks day by day to meet our humanitarian needs. But you know, until now, there is nothing over the ground clear how we can deliver and how can we distribute the bins. But you know, in the previous time, we have old mechanism with cooperation with NGOs and UNRWA and WFP and other organizations. So in my thoughts, we will depend over the very well calculated policy with international community, NGOs, and we can manage that as compared to the previous ceasefire agreement that broke from the Israeli occupation forces.
What about your response to what Trump has proposed and the fact that Trump supposedly told Netanyahu to stop the bombardment of Gaza during this period of the negotiations, but he's refused?
Yeah, we welcome with any peace agreement that will bring peace for us, especially when Mr. President Trump announced that. And we welcomed, really, we feel with the mixed feelings, with the worries, with the happiness, with the sadness. But the reality over the ground, still the situation worsening and going because the heart of attacks is not complete. So we hope that a ceasefire agreement will completely implemented, and we can reinforce our society here and renew the life and return the hope for our civilians and children also.
Thank you very much for being with us. Ayad Amawi, representative of the Gaza Relief Committee and a coordinator for local NGOs based in Deir el-Balah in central Gaza. Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so much more.